Sculptor and land artist Stephen Siegel has spent over 20 years creating massive outdoor installations on 4 continents. We visit his Red Hook studio to see his newer, more intimate work and talk with him about his evolutionary approach to his artistic process.
The image on this month's cover of Chronogram is a study. It's the beginning of a large series of works I've been doing. You may notice that in each hand there's held what looks to be a stone, but in fact it's not stone. It is a relic or a fragment of a material that I've been developing for 30 years now. Those black stones are actually made of paper. The series has gone on in a lot of different directions since that point. The most unusual thing about the work that I'm doing now, at least for me, is that there are human hands, literally, in the picture in the form of these gloves. The series is only maybe 8-9 months old. I can't even tell you exactly what they mean, but they are a step out of and beyond what I've been doing for a long time. I would like to think at some point that they are poetry and that we can't actually put words to them, that they are what they are. They have a sort of poignancy to them or a sense of humor. People find them funny. I've worked for many years outside in the landscape, and actually my reputation is for large-sited pieces that are all over the world. They're all over Europe, they're all over the United States. They tend to biodegrade. Most of them go away after 2 or 5 or 20 years, and a lot of them are and were made of paper, enormous quantities of paper. Paper is a material that obviously is made from trees. And when you reintroduce it into a landscape, in particular a forested landscape, there's an obvious statement there about recycling. But the paper seems to set in that landscape nicely. It has a bit of a psychological edge to it. It's unexpected, although from a distance it always looks like stone. But it sits there and over time it biodegrades. When you're working outdoors on an expensive project and you've got 15 or 20 people working for you all day, you have to be very organized, you have to have a plan. If you make a mistake, there's often no turning back. So those pieces tend to be more designed. Whereas in the studio, you can improvise a lot more, like it's jazz, which means that nothing is fixed in time. You can go through it, and if you're dissatisfied with where you end up, you switch directions, you cut it into pieces, you start over again. Almost everything I do in the studio is based on very simple evolutionary principles. And the #1 principle is nothing is designed, but bits of each vocabulary moves into the next phase. The vocabulary with the gloves and the twine or the green colors, those are slowly moving forward, but some of them will be dropped, just like in the evolutionary process. So over time, things come, and then some disappear, a lot carry on, new materials come in, my vision changes, the weather changes, my mood changes, it all affects it.